The 2025 model year, a third generation Nissan Murano comes with the 2-liter turbo engine and the 9-speed automatic transmission without any alternatives. Finally, it's not a CVT, thank goodness. In this video I will focus on the engine and will tell you what common problems you should expect to get with it. Even though the model is fresh, the engine has been out there since 2017, so we now know quite a lot about it. This is the KR20DDET engine, better known as 2-liter VC turbo, and it was first implemented in Infiniti QX50, then also in the Nissan Altima, Infiniti QX60, Nissan Pathfinder, and finally in the Murano. The distinctive feature of this engine is the variable compression system. It changes the engine compression according to driving conditions and makes it more efficient. Also, one very good thing is that these engines have combined fuel injection with both direct and port injection system used at the same time. This ensures that the intake valves will not be covered in carbon. Also, the engine is very good to drive. It's powerful and yet extremely good for fuel economy. The efficient Garrett turbocharger makes this 4-cylinder 2-liter engine a good substitution for former V6 fuel 30 machines Nissan used in previous generations of the Murano. But this engine comes with a pinch of salt, of course. In July 2025, Nissan recalled about 400,000 vehicles with VC turbo engines due to engine bearing failure and possible engine stalling, which is obviously a safety concern. The recall covered early models up to model year 2022, but still this is very concerning that so many engines were made with a serious engineering defect. Unfortunately, in 2023, Nissan updated the bearing type and the problem almost vanished, so it won't likely be the issue with the new Murano. The variable compression mechanism is very complicated and it can be a problem for high mileage engines. It's not repairable even in the dealership, let alone independent shops. So if you buy cheap or incompatible oil, have long oil change intervals, the VC mechanism may be a headache in the future. It's going to be very expensive to replace, but fortunately there are engines with over 200,000 miles on them and zero problems with this system. The issue may be common for those cars that lack good maintenance. Then the chain may eventually be a problem. It looks quite thin and it may start rattling as early as 50,000 miles. You can hear it rattling when you cold start the engine. This means the tensioner is not doing good job or the chain is critically elongated, now, which is quite wild for such mileage. Chain replacement is not going to be cheap. The good news, there are not so many cases of chain replacement, so these engines can keep on going with a slightly rattling chain on cold startups and for quite some time. Given Nissan re-engineered the bad bearing in 2023, we don't expect a lot of problems with the new Nissan Murano's engines. They prove to be quite reliable and good to own other than the unfortunate recall with the bearings, but if you want to keep driving this car for a long time, you should invest in perfect maintenance with only OEM fluids and quite short intervals.